Hi, my name is Mark Robinson, and I am the author, creator, teacher of a course called The 10 Disciplines. And this is an introduction to that course. It is one of the foundational courses in a school for learning a set of perspectives and practices that we call JustConflict. The aim of JustConflict is to build familiarity with a set of tools by which we can live the fullest possible life, having the safest and most satisfying relationships, while creating a human community that's characterized by both justice and peace. So this course is one that many have found to be a good basis for learning the tools. There's some other courses, we'll introduce those to you as we go along, but this is a good place to start. These 10 disciplines are ones that I've discovered, developed, refined over the course of a more than 30-year practice now, that I've found myself teaching my clients again and again in my practice as a pastoral psychotherapist. They are included in a couple of different ways. One in an appendix to a book that I wrote in 2009 called JustConflict: Transformation Through Resolution. They also appear as a series of YouTube videos, and we'll provide a link to those. So there are different ways that you can learn this. But one of the things that many people discover is that being able to be a part of a class where we're talking to other people who are learning these same disciplines and are going to be implementing them in their lives, it can be really helpful. So there is a link to the page on justconflict.org where you can access when the class will next be taught and how it is you can avail yourself of that. All right, so disciplines. We all avail ourselves of disciplines in our lives. We brush our teeth, we wash our hair, we do all kinds of things over and over again because they create a kind of stability, a structure in our lives that allows us to have a better life. And we all have some degree of discipline. Now, what my disciplines are going to depend upon what it is I'm trying to create in my life. If my goal is to run a marathon, I will have a set of running disciplines. If I want to play music professionally, I will have a different set of disciplines. But these disciplines are with the goal of having the healthiest possible relationships. So many of you are familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. For most of us, most of the time, our physiological needs are met. If you don't have a place to sleep or you don't have food to eat, this is going to be way more important to you. Or if you're in relationships in which you don't feel safe, by all means address that first. But for most of us, most of the time, what we're struggling with is being in relationships that are characterized by intimacy and a sense of belonging. So there are 10 disciplines in the 10 disciplines class, not surprisingly. And they all start with us having the best possible relationship we can with ourselves, because it starts with who we are. So the first 5 disciplines are called the mindfulness disciplines. And the second 5 have to do with how it is that we reach out in our relationships with others. And they're called the practical disciplines. All disciplines are going to have some features in common. There was really great work done by some folks from the Institute of Noetic Sciences and featured in a book called Living Deeply, where they point out these common characteristics of all transformational disciplines. Every discipline that we do for a reason. There's an intention. There's something I'm trying to create for myself by doing this discipline. There's something that I'm paying attention to. How do I hold my hands on the pull-up bar? Or I'm paying attention to what it is that I eat. There's something I'm attending to, right? But no discipline is going to be effective if we just do it once. We got to do it over and over again. So repetition, building it into our daily routine becomes important. And one of the things we find is that as we do the discipline over and over again, we tweak it, we shape it a bit, both because of the guidance we get from others and from the guidance that we give ourselves. So any discipline is going to include, and certainly all of the 10 disciplines include, the features of intention, attention, repetition, and direction. Okay? So these 10 disciplines, they are all valuable. You may get more from one than from another, but they work together. And so we build them from the simplest. The first discipline is very simple. It's very difficult to do, but it's very simple structurally. And the 10th discipline is quite complicated. Yeah, the 10th discipline is the only one that requires the participation of someone else. But buckle up. We're going to work our way through this. Happy to see you. Let me know if you've got any questions. Thanks for joining us.